All right, Abibi me Abibi Fahunde. This is Ɔbenfo O Kambon coming at you live from Ghana, of all places. And if I may have permission from my elders, we'll go ahead and get started with libation. And that would be anyone who is older than 45.
Yes, you may continue.
Like that's it. Ago.
Amen.
Ago.
Amen.
Asase a mpɔne mu asase wadi mu sama dwene de dem fedie aboso nya so model sente yentumi mu de baako ma mo na so so baako de fam nyina na broko da na dam tade ma so di be so afọ so before we na free etifan fo afia so we na momra mo na me don sui na ne de ene se ene ye kwatiara enyimre se mo kwan konsan esoro ni ne nyansa esoro mo koso ne nkonim esoro mo putu na do bibia be pa be adom be nchira be nkoso na enen so me ma bedon kasa ma no nkomi wano nesua mom ma bibia nkoto to te sere be ya ye betumi asua nyasa asase nyasa na ni abako fotirem tire kon so enko agina se yesua abako so ma na ebetumi akire yen da ate asase obrani kwan yen chichimie ntimo boan na yenko so nsa ka bibia be adon be nchira be nkoso ma nyasa sere ka no asase na ni nyasa na ho hia asem nko nyasa nko na ebe mpenifo buwe no na afedi esene fon sanfo obono fon sanfo so fon sanfo esechiri fon sanfo yoko fon sanfo adwana fon sanfo bretu fon sanfo kono fon sanfo muina afrika fon fo apia to na bibi fa hodie o se watare sere baya na wonsunsun abeshemema na bedum kasa ekoso yie na afedi dia otu omana na koso na tum o pese go yonko so na go so ibabone fo bia ka no kona ebi fo jija dia bone brakra man yie o da chena sipon na asena nka ba ko ina tamo dawro Mochira na ya shai. Mochira miame pa modawurma. Mochira na kuse. Yeah. Right, Blacktastic. So we will go ahead and get started, and I will go ahead and get started with the slideshow presentation. So let me cue up my screen share. And can everyone see my screen?
Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm.
Yes, and as mentioned, the title is African Soul, Africans into Slavery and Other Fairy Tales That Keep Quote Unquote White People Safe. So this should be a very interesting one. This was inspired, well, I should go into what I was inspired by. So for the sake of time, let's get straight into it. So again, the title, African Soul, Africans in Slavery and Other Fairy Tales That Keep White People Safe. And the images you see are what people seem to imagine was the case, that here's one person who's self-identifying as an African. Here's someone else who's saying, oh, I'm an African too. And the crackers are just like, okay, well, let me just come into the store because here are Africans who are selling Africans. But we're going to actually make the case that that was not the case. And as a matter of fact, that the manipulation that even got that to be something that people would even entertain was all done by the exact same quote unquote white people who are able to remain safe by putting out this narrative. And again, what you see in the images is not how it is. However, if you let people tell it, then quote unquote an African is selling another African, and therefore it's almost like a murder weapon where they've wiped off the fingerprints and now they can't be charged because they have destroyed the evidence or made sure that no one even knows that any evidence exists. However, some of us are keeping receipts, and we can take you back to the receipts that are dated to 1441. So in terms of structure of the presentation, the rationale were the comments on the DW street debate. That's gotten over 415,000 views. I'll show you a little bit about that. The phrase African Soul Africans is an anachronistic fairy tale. No one self-identified as African during the transatlantic Maangamizi, 1441 to 1888. And that's the date in Brazil, but really it's to the present, and we can go into that as well. Political, ethnic, and linguistic identities were paramount and still are. Quote unquote, whites are able to profit from diaspora and against continental conflict in YouTube comments today, DW, just as their forebears were able to profit from quote unquote tribe against quote unquote tribe, leading to prisoners of war during the anti-Black chattelization war, as Nachum Wiesel calls it. The transatlantic Mangamizi disaster began with direct quote unquote white raids and kidnapping. Anton Gonzalez in 1441 marks the precedent, and we'll actually show you the primary source documents that go into that. Quote unquote, whites came ashore specifically to capture Black people and not to trade. And again, we're keeping receipts on this. Again, non-Black so-called white and Arab involvement was systemic and total, not passive. They financed, built ships, established transport routes, armed raiders, ran dungeons, sold, bought, insured, justified, and profited from every level of enslavement. If you can't come to quote unquote Africa because of selling, how can you stay in the place of selling, buying, initiating, ensuring, justifying pseudoscientifically, legally, religiously, nakadalika? And again, this is why we have the image on the top left. This is Black on Black violence, the psychodynamics of Black self-annihilation in service of white domination. And we'll go into what is really behind all of that. So in propaganda, like Africans sold Africans, absolves, quote unquote, whites, Arabs, to shield descendants of enslavers and kidnappers from divine righteous retribution while misdirecting Black people's anger at each other, just as it was misdirected against each other in previous times. And also I'll touch on how it's not post-traumatic, but it's persistent traumatic. Right now, a lot of people are talking about post-traumatic slave syndrome and so forth, but post means that there had to be an actual end date. But as I alluded to earlier, there's actually not an end date. It's actually up to the present. So let's continue on. So just briefly, let's look at the etymology of the word, quote unquote, slave. For a lot of people, when they think about that word, they think about Black people. However, from the late 13th century, this is a term that was used, a person who is a chattel or property of another, from Old French esclave, from medieval Latin sclavos, source also of Italian schiavo, French esclave, Spanish esclavo, originally Slav, so used in the secondary sense because of the many Slavs sold into slavery by conquering peoples, including Otto, so-called the Great, and his successors against the Slavs, right? And you find, again, the etymology from Middle English, so forth and so on, and you find the other terms that it comes from, Proto-Indo-European klevos, kleo, kel, so forth and so on, and that is Otto here. All right. And also, I want to define the term anachronism, right? So you'll be hearing a lot of that term because you'll find a lot of the things that people think were the case in the past are actually anachronism. So that is a person, thing, or idea that exists out of its time in history, especially one that happened or existed later than the period being shown, discussed, so forth and so on. So anachronism, an error in computing time or finding dates. From anachrosien, referred to wrong time, against chronos, right? Something out of harmony with a specified time, recorded by 1816 in dictionaries. Again, anachronism, a person or thing chronologically out of place. And we'll give examples of what that is. So these are anachronisms. So it would be anachronistic. So let's see this little kid who's FBA, ADOS, or whatever he calls himself, or his parents have told him to call himself. Like, oh, you know what? I know Black Americans take selfies. So therefore, in 1619, that was the first Black Americans. So they must have taken selfies when they got off the boat, right? You'd be like, no, little kid, that's an anachronism. They say, oh, I know African Americans like to do cookouts, and they like to do step shows, and they like to go get their hair done at the barbershop and beauty salon. So since the first African Americans, quote unquote, were in 1619, what was a cookout like back there in 1619? You'd be like, no, that's an anachronism. And that's too long a word for me. We'll say, what? It's a what? A what? Oh, I know Black people are really good. Black Americans play basketball. So you told me that 1619 were the first Black Americans. So who won the NBA championship that year? Or I know, African Americans are good at rapping. So, who came off the ship and started rapping with the gold chain on? You'd be like, no, little kid. All of those are anachronisms. Those are things that did not exist at the time. There was no one who got off the ship straight out of Rwanda and what's now referred to as Angola, who said, I'm a Black American and I'm going to do what Black Americans do, or I'm an African American, I'm going to do what African Americans do. that is an anachronism. So we're going